I'm going to be sharing a story that occurred in my father's life in which he ended up being temporarily homeless. My father's name is Shadi Kasji, and this is his story on homelessness. In 2005, my family and I were faced with horrific news of Hurricane Katrina approaching New Orleans aggressively. My father was desperate to fly us out to the Middle East to ensure us safety. The plan was for us to stay at my uncle's house for at least a month until conditions in New Orleans returned to normal. He cleared all his savings in order to pay for our boarding tickets. He ran out of money and couldn't afford a ticket of his own. He decided to stay back in New Orleans alone. Although he couldn't make it with us, he was glad that we were going to flee the destructive hurricane. As Hurricane Katrina erupted through the city of New Orleans, he was terrified from the outcomes. The winds began to blow faster and the rain got heavier. He heard trees creak as the branches broke away, falling upon the roof. He also ended up losing power and felt helpless because he couldn't protect the only thing we owned as a family, a home. Our house was torn apart during the storm. My family and I could no longer return to the U.S. because our house was completely demolished. As Katrina left the city of New Orleans, she created lots of issues for our family. We no longer had a home and didn't even have a single penny to our name. My dad was terrified because my family and I were now considered homeless. Our family would have never thought in a million years that under unfortunate circumstances we would become homeless. He also informed us that he couldn't afford tickets for us to return back to the U.S. He began smoking multiple packs of cigarettes to ease his anxiety daily. He was depressed from not only losing his family, but also our home. He was assisted by the Federal Emergency Management Agency and provided him with $2,000. He was expected to rebuild our home again, but unfortunately it wasn't enough to do anything. $2,000 didn't help fix our house, let alone was it going to be enough to bring us back to the U.S. He was provided a motel room and was forced to share it with 5 other strangers. Food was provided from the nearest fire department, but we're also very thankful because he was fortunate enough to have a cousin who approached him and told him that he was able to stay with him for as long as he wants. He lost 5 years of his kid's life due to the hurricane storm, which tore our family apart. It took him 5 years of hard work to be able to afford $700 of rent for an apartment to bring us back. Hurricane Katrina still affects his life every day because it had created his addiction to smoking. Smoking created a lot of pain for both the family and him. His addiction and depression are the main causes of his frequent hospital visits today. Moving to Chicago ensured us that our family nor our home was going to be stripped away from us. My family and I are living proof that homelessness isn't a choice. Instead, it occurs out of unfortunate circumstances, such as natural disasters, and in our case, it was Hurricane Katrina. So think twice next time you come across charities or even homeless people urging you to make donations, because donations to those individuals who have been affected by natural disasters are often people who lose their homes and are in urgent need of food, shelter, sanitation, and medical care. Your donations to disaster relief charities can change someone's life for good.